Okei. Welcome to Bottom of the Well. This game is a visual novel. You will mainly interact with it by selecting one of many options during the narrative, which is mainly text-based. There are, however, two additional layers of interaction. Customizing Alice. This is you do when you start a new game and allows you to begin and play the game with an entirely different set of skills and characteristics. For example, a fit and survival-minded Alice will have a different experience from an unfit but social Alice. Pick your skills with care, but have fun experimenting. Inventory. At a certain point in the game, you will be able to choose what Alice is carrying. How much you can carry depends on Alice's backpack, which is directly dependent on her organization skills. You can only pick up items once in the beginning of the game, but you may lose them during the course of the game. All interaction happens through clicking. No right clicks or keyboard commands are ever needed, but there are two keyboard commands that are used. Escape brings up the in-game menu when in-game. Holding down Shift and Space or Enter will skip the text ahead faster. Enjoy the game, and if you have any questions, comments, bug reports, please get in touch with me. Blah 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 blah. Okei. Mä odotin, että mä olisin saanut ääntä joutuu ottaa vaan kokonaan pois äänen. Onko tää kuinka kovalla verrattuna mun ääneen, että pitäisikö sitä säätää pienemmälle, isommalle, mitenkä? Ai niin joo, ja vailla maanit, niin laitan tuohon tuo... OK tässä vaiheessa, okei. Näin. Ja sitten laitan tuohon näin. Valmis. Päivitetään tää striimitietoa, ettei ihmiset tuu katsomaan tänne ihan odottaen jotakin muuta kuin mitä saavat. Näin. On hyvä. Yes. Okei, elikkäs ennen kuin vielä pohastaan tuohon, niin sitä kontekstia niin kuin tähän, että minkä takia ollaan tekemisissä. In the bottom of the well you play as Alice, who has just had an unsettling lifelike dream about the end of the world. She retells her experience to her friend in a huge branching narrative. Although a single playthrough might take as little time as 20 minutes, experiencing all the possible paths Alice can take through the ruins of her city will take you many hours. The game is intended to be replayed several times with different permutations of Alice. Try playing as survival-minded lone wolf or social butterfly, or why not attempt the difficult but rewarding romantic route. The stats you select for your Alice in the beginning of the game influences everything from small comments to major choices. Yeah, this is an updated, reworked and improved version of my entry to the VAG Write a Game Challenge arranged by IGDA's Game Writing SIG. Mitä vittua on kaikki lyhenteet? Where it plays the first in amateur category. The jury had this to say. Ne emme ala lukemaan. Voitte itse katsoa Steamin hiton sivulta tuon tiedon, mutta joo. No perkele. Näin. Katsotaanpa. Okay, welcome to Bottom of the Well. This game is a visual novel, meaning it's mainly text-based of interactive fiction, a book where you get to decide what happens. Most of the gameplay consists of picking your choice from a section of options to further story. Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choices though. The most important of which is the kind of Alice, our protagonist, you are going to play. For your first playthrough, we recommend you use default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. If nothing else, you might just find a new way to die. Thank you for replaying our game. Red Nether Studio. Okei. Oh, hmm. Dark Alice. Niin tässä on nyt niinku se supplies, survival, fitness. Mitä tossa lukee niinku ka, kare, kase, ka jotain, kaen jotain, kare, career, onko se career, social life, dating, no niinku kaikki on tasa-asia. Pitäisikö pelata, kun täällä suositellaan tää default Alicia vai random generated vai oma custom Alice vai dark Alice? Mitä mieltä Lepra on? Tai jos siellä on ketään muuta. Ehkä ekalla kerralla voidaan kokeilla tylsästi defaultilla. Me ei tosiaan tiedä kauanko siellä Juhiksella menee, niin se saattaa mennä se 20 minuuttia pidempäänkin. The default Alice capable of... Niin jos se yleensä tulee. Emme tiedä. The default Alice is capable of finishing the game to its true ending, but not necessarily through all branches. This Alice is career motivated, friendly, somewhat lazy, a hopeless romantic, with no survival skills at all. She makes up for it by being a good organizer. Justiin. Niin nyt se niinku näyttää, että mitkä niinku oli valittu nuo skillit. Joo. No katsotaan, että mihin se menee niinku tän kanssa. Saa edes kokea niinku tää peli silleen kokonaisuudestaan lainausmerkeissä, jos se pääsee leviästi. Mitä? Jussi Elsilä? What? Suomi? Huh? Morning, eh? Morning. Did you catch the anniversary reading last night? Onko tää niinku Mad Hatter? No, well I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that... You fell asleep? Oh, come on, Alice! Alice in Wonderland, like our favorite... Let me finish. Something happened. I was tuning on my radio. You're such a Luddite. Amazing I can even catch you online. Shut up, I'm not a Luddite. I just like analog things. Anyways, I was turning into a broadcast and I must have hit the AM switch or something because suddenly the channel changed to something else. What? Aliens? Oh, government run a numberization station, what? No, it was this weird, like, white noise at first. It's hard to explain why I was so drawn to it. I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast. So I went out on my balcony and tuned the antenna until the signal came through clear. It now sounded more like music with the odd signal in the background. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead and the white noise is talking backwards and the red queen's off with her head. Oh, so somebody pirate radio broadcast of Gold the Oldies? It felt like there was something else there. Some message that the music was hiding. I know it sounds weird. And then I fell asleep. What a story. No, hear me out. I dreamed and I didn't know I was dreaming. Do you understand? It was entirely lucid, but like wake up in another world. Except I don't think it was another world. Does this make any sense? I had a super lifelike dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you were still lucidly in control. Sounds pretty rad to me. Mulla on ollut pari kertaa tommonen uni, josta mä en vaan ollut yhtään tietoinen, että mä näin unta. Ei niinku ihan vaan sen takia, koska se oli niin realistinen ja niinku todentuntunen ja ei mitenkään niinku mahdoton. Koska niinku se oli joku toi ammattikouluaikana niinku Mihin mä aloin mukaan, mitä tapahtuu? No, se on me meinattiin, että pelatako sitä Monster Promia tai Javkia tai jotakin, mutta kun me ei tiedetty kuinka kauan sulla menee, niin me alettiin pelaamaan tämmöstä peliä kuin At the Bottom of the Well sillä väliin. Ja mä olin just selitin niinku tosta, kun tässä puhutaan lucid-unesta, mä olin kertomassa yhdestä päivästä, jonka mä niinku uneksin ammattikoulussa. Sillä vaan niinku herään yhtenä päivänä ja käyn koulussa ihan normaalisti. Juttelen teidän kanssa ja tuun takaisin kotiin ja panen nukkumaan. Ja sitten kun mä herään seuraavana sama ruljanssi, niinku normaali päivää. Ja sitten kun mä oon koulussa, mä kysyn jotakin niinku siitä, että oliko se jotain viikonpäivästä, mikä sitten niinku herätti siihen, että kun te kysytte, että mitä sä selität, nyt on torstai. Siis, nythän pitäis, vai oliko, että niin, keskiviikko, torstai, että nyt on keskiviikko. Miten niin, nyt on torstai? Eilen oli keskiviikko. Nyt se Kalle selität ihan muuta. En varmasti muuten selitä ja sitten niinku katsotaan kalenterita ja muuta, että ei vittu se on keskiviikko. Mitä helvettiä, mä uneksin kokonaisen koulupäivän. Se niinku ei niin ollenkaan poikennut normaalista päivästä, että se niinku aivan silleen, mitä vittua? Joo, no ole ihan rauhassa. Tää sanoo tää peli, että tässä menisi 20 minuuttia tän pelin kanssa, niin katsotaan, että kuinka kauan oikeesti menee. Aiempikin sanoit, että siinä menisi puoli tuntia. I'm sure it would have been, except for the whole end of the world, apocalypse bit in the end. Okay, now you got my attention. Joo, ole vaan rauhassa. No niin. So, like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every color, every touch. It's important you know that. I wasn't acting like I would in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Tänään on täällä. Sunday, September 18. Joo. Okay. Heavy. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Were you alone? Yeah. I had a really long day at the office, so I had sworn off all social contact for the evening. I had the TV on in the background just as noise. Wait, what? The office? You got some kind of a real adult person job in this dream of yours? Yeah, actually. At the college. Student admissions office. Hey, don't sound so surprised. I am going to graduate in just a few months, you know. Uh-huh. With a BA in English literature. Shut up. Such skill with words. Anyway, what happened next? Like I said, the TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system. Jacked the volume all the way up. I didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now and we needed to get to shelter. That we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. Jesus, sounds scary. At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched the channel but they were all the same. And then the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know. And I knew things were serious. So what do? I went online out to find what's going on. I immediately tried to call chess. I need to think about my options. Mä oon sen verran paranoid, että mä olisin tuossa vaiheessa vaan varmaan niinku oikeesti vetänyt kamppeet kasaan ja äkkiä niinku ottanut ritolattu, mutta joo, olisin varmaan ehkä soittanut kyllä niinku tyli siskolle tai jollekin. Kuka tää chess on, niin ei tiedä. Tosin miettinyt optioneita niinku. Joo, kun mä en edes tiedä missä niinku on lähin pommisuoja. Missä on Rovaniemellä lähin pommisuoja? Toisaalta nyt kun mä mietin, niin meillä se saattaa tuo varasto tuolla rakennuksen päätyssä olla semmonen tyyli, että se on toiminut pommisuojana, mutta nyt se on niinku varasto. Mut siellä on edelleen ne ovet ja muut, että toimiiko se enää suojana ollenkaan. Vai pitääkö mä oikeesti mennä johonkin viralliseen? Tää on muuten aika vakavaa. Sitten ehkä mun pitäisi selvittää pahan päivän varalle. Joo. Think my options. Okay, what was your plan? The broadcast kept saying that stay indoors to keep all windows and doors closed, stuff like that. Was it realistic of you to think you could stay in the apartment? Realistic? It wasn't like I had been through a lot of apocalypses before. I'm not sure what constitutes realistic. I had enough food in my cupboards to last me a little while, so at least I had that going for me. Oh yeah, and then I had my trusty radio, of course. I tried it and it worked. It was sending out the same emergency broadcast as TV, and you called me a Luddite. You got me there. So, what did you do? Joo, ehkä mä tässä vaiheessa soittasin niinku oikeesti jollekin, niin mitä vittua pitäis tehdä? Chess? Who's that? My boyfriend. I mean, I don't have a boyfriend, but in my dream I did. Wait up. Tell me more about this sudden new boyfriend of yours. I thought you weren't in the dating scene. Actually, I've been thinking about putting myself out there. Like, maybe some online dating or something? Although I'm kinda afraid to check a OkCupid right now. What if there's a guy there named Chess? Good icebreaker. Hi, I'm Alice. I dreamed about you last night. You were my end of the world buddy. Funny. It was funny. Come on. Aren't I just? You were saying about Chess. What kind of name is that anyway? I wasn't, really. I mean, yeah, he was pretty hot, I guess. And smart and into me. What more could you ask for? I can sense you blushing all the way over here. Maybe I should check out my OkCupid profile, actually. So what did your boyfriend think? Well, first I tried calling him. All I got was a pre-recorded network busy message. But the net still works, so I hit him up there. I mean, we did most of our communication in chat anyway. And he wasn't online. Kind of a dumb idea anyways, I guess. Jos sireenit soi, niin nyt olisi niinku kuinka paljon sinne aikaa löytää yhtäkkiä niinku infoa ja sitten saa niinku sillä niinku, että mitä vittua mä teen. Mut sitten niinku ainoa vaihtoehto on tämä, niin no tässä vaiheessa, kun jos itekään en ole ihan varma, mä en oo niin realistisesti, jos nää ois mun optionit, niin minä varmaan sitten juoksisin sinne saatanaan häkkivarasto pommisuojaan saatanaan. Ja niin. Mutta ja sinne matkalla ehkä kattoisin näitä, jos netti vielä toimis, mutta joo, katsotaan tämä. Did you try calling someone? Like your parents? Of course I tried, but it was futile. The phone network was completely overworked, but the net still worked fine. So what did you find? The net was still working, but the bandwidth was severely lacking. The major news networks were either down or overloaded, but all the big search engines defaulted to some kind of government site on super simple HTML. That kind of confirmed it really was the real deal. Isn't the net supposed to be some kind of DARPA invention anyway? Would be surprised if they had some kind of system in place to take it over if need be. Well, they hadn't taken over. You could still go wherever you wanted. Facebook still worked. Apocalypse-proof servers? Nice. It was insane. I had to get in touch with my brother. He's the only one who's ever got an account, but there was no reply. I spammed my aunts, sent an email to my mother, but I don't know. It felt like I needed to find someone right there and then. And a group chat. It was spreading throughout our social networks like wildfire. Someone found the closest old fallout shelter that was actually still operable down on 3rd. People were going there, just grabbing all they could and running before the bombs fall. So what happened next? You know, I did find you online. That must have been useless. All the over in the old Blighty, unless things were different in your dream. No, you were still in the UK. The bombs had already started falling there. You... You disappeared. There was nothing more to do. It was only a dream, Al. Sure. So then what? No joo, Fallout Shelter. Ehdottomasti. Tiedä, vaikka ne pommit putaa sun asunto hajoaa paskaksi, niin... The old Fallout Shelter was down at the third. It wasn't far. Close enough to walk anyway. Do you think to bring anything? Oh, right, yes. I grabbed the biggest bag I had. A backpack. People always called it magic. You could fit so much into it. Bigger on the inside and all that. Aha. Mikä tää on? My university ID, except it's no longer for student, but for staff. Doubles as an electric key card. Okay. The student office gives these maps out to freshmen. Somehow it's the one ended up at my apartment. It got everything: subway map, a street map of the downtown area, a detailed map of the campus, a day's worth of non-perishable food. My flashlight, I keep batteries in it fresh and make it sure it works at all times, especially when the evenings get darker, but I just have to go out of my run. The rest of my clothes are in a state of advanced disarray, but I've got a set of clean clothes folded in case I suddenly find myself on a date. The radio started it all. Every channel I can get just keeps repeating the same recorded emergency response message. My miniature sleeping bag, always useful for sleepovers, but God knows how useful it will be actually in the outdoors environment. This is your inventory screen. Drop and pick up items by pressing the buttons to the left. Read a description of the items by holding the mouse. Yeah? Some items can be carried in your hands, but most have to be carried in your backpack. Size depends on supply skill. Not that you can't make changes once you've done, so make sure you gear up right. Note that you can't make... Okay, yeah. You can look at your stats by clicking the red arrow to the left dialis. To exit the inventory view, click the red... Okay. Meillä on 4 spacea tuossa ja sitten... Anteeksi, ei. Tää on se backpack. 3 spacea ja sitten 2 käsispacea. Mikä tämä sitten niinku ompi? Inventori. Tää on vaan niinku... No, tuolla varmaan ei tarvii sinänsä niinku... Flush on hands, make hands, take radio, spare clothes, sleeping bag, take food one day, take food one day. Okei. 3 asiaa näistä asioista. Fuck. Radio olisi kyllä aika hyödyllinen, mutta samaan aikaan haluanko mä tuhlata tilaa jollekin radiolle, kun mä voisin ottaa lisää selviytymiskamppeita. Samoissa vaatteissa oleminen ei ole mukavaa useampaa päivää, mutta kyllä nää vie niinku isomman prioriteetin, mä luulen. Näin. Joo. Eipä mulla taida muuta sitten mahtua kyytiin. Kattaa pehaa huvikseen. Joo, ei. Well, go on. What was it like? Did you run into trouble? You could say that. God. That shelter. So, I headed towards the shelter from my apartment. I remember I was still kind of hoping it was all just some kind of big false alarm, and by tomorrow everything would be back to normal. Like an extreme version of Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast. Actually, the panic that radio show caused was greatly exaggerated, probably by Welles himself. And it worked. We still remember it today. Great ad campaign. Guess that's English literature is coming to some use at least. Yeah, well, it didn't really feel like it. I remember trying to think of words to describe the way the streets felt and the way the city sounded. Turmoil, chaos, anarchy, tumult, pandemonium, the capital of hell. Now who's got a degree in lit? Stop stalling. Yeah, it's just so fucking... damn. Like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents everywhere with no emergency responders showing up, and the ever-present siren. It was like everyone walked with their eyes to the sky, just expecting to see a flash. Did you make it to the shelter okay? The shelter was actually in the basement of a bar. They used it as a storage, which was handy since there was a door towards the street, but there were no signs of anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from the Facebook conversation. Okay. Wait, is that the bar you always go to? The red bar? Nyt mulla tuli alarmi, kun mä alkoin näkymään sitä punaista, että mitä vittua nyt tapahtuu, mutta joo okei. Yeah. Go on, Alice. Did you get in? I went to what I thought was the side door. It wasn't kind of always... Mitä? It wasn't the kind of alleyway I'd usually hang out in. Hengaileeks kauheastikin niinku kujilla? I could just imagine junkies and hobos sleeping among those trash bags. Anyway, mä niin muuten kello muuten muuttui tuolla huomasin. The suspense is killing me. So I knocked on the door and then immediately tried the handle. It was locked. Nothing for a while. And the door opened just a bit and she stuck her head out. She? The bitch queen. She was this red-headed chick who had taken charge of everything in there. She was the one who originally posted about the place, so I guess she felt she owned it somehow. She stood in the doorway, looking me over, and then basically said, "We're full," like it was an exclusive club. I can't believe they just keep you out for no good reason. Was it actually full? Not a chance. There was a sign on the door that said capacity 100. There was no way there was 100 people in there already. I said as much. She didn't reply. I guess you didn't... Mitä vittua? I guess you didn't just let it be at that. I tried talking with Wayne. I tried to push the door open. I said I wasn't the only one wanting to get in. I gave up. No, en todellakaan heti luovuttaisi niinku paniikki. Paniikki on vahva tässä tilanteessa. No ennen kuin... Mä en oo varmaan niinku... Ikinä sitä ei osaa sanoa niinku paniikkitilanteessa kuinka niinku reagois, mutta niinku miettimästä hätää, niin ehkä kuitenkin ekana, en tiedä, aggressiivisesti ehkä sanoisin. Ja saattaisin koventaa ääntä, mutta niinku... Yrittäisin puhua ensin. I talked my way in. You can't just leave me out here and so forth. She repeated that they were full, that there wasn't enough food for anymore. That I should try and find some other place to hide. Stone cold bitch indeed. I tried telling her I wouldn't be a burden. I'd brought food. I opened my bag and showed her. You're nicer than I would be. What did she say? I was being nice. I was being desperate. I was trying to figure out the rules of this sudden new reality. She hesitated. Then she said, "Alright, but you will have to share." A bribe, huh? How tempting. What was your answer? Pakkohan se vähän ompi, mutta niinku... Fuck. Nyt mä aloin oikeesti miettimään, että mitä tuommoisessa oikeassa tilanteessa tapahtuu. Että voiko vaan joku random tyyppi vaan olla silleen, "Noniin, mä olen johdossa, kaikki kuuntelee minua, ei ketään muuta!" Silleen niinku, what? Really? Ja miten se niinku... Onko se todellisuudessa vaan silleen, että ei voi enää... Ei voi vaan... Niinku... Ettei siinä ei ole joku järkevämpi ihminen, joka päättää näistä asioista tai mitään. No, varmaan joo. So she let me slip in and close the door behind me with a bang. I barely had time to get my bearings before she started taking command again, telling me to hurry up and empty my bags. Me bags, they're looking me bags. Empty your bags? She had some kind of notion that she should be in charge of supplies. And what do you say to that? No siis mitä, mulla on ruokasuplaissa ja 2 päivälle. Mulla on taskulamppu, mulla on kartta. Niin, mitä muuten näen on oikein tässä? Voinko mä näpytä? Joo, tässä on kartta, jota päivittyy. Alice's apartment, Jess apartment, Fallout shelter. Okei. Entä mikä tää? Näin sit ei mitään. Ei mitään. Ei mitään. Ah. Okei. En oo varma, että tosiaan sanoin, että mä oon paniikkitilassa ja niinku... En tiedä. Mä luulen, että olisiko niin paniikista mä olisin niinku aggressiivisempi sille vai olisiko mä niin hädässä, että mä yrittäisin olla varovainen tai seurata ohjeita. Ei, kyllä mä yrittäisin ehkä niinku eka varovaisesti puhua. Seems reasonable. I wasn't there to fight. I just wanted to get through it. So, what? Did she rob you of everything owned or what? I was ready to start arguing with her about that. Politely, of course. But it honestly she wanted to make inventory. She very carefully wrote down everything we had with us, from clothes to food to blankets. Huh. Ihan järkevää, itse asiassa niinku. I'm not saying she wasn't busy about it, but I understood. Everyone was stressed out. What about the others in there? Were they happy to be bossed around by her? I think most of them were too shell-shocked to think about that. Someone was in charge. That was enough for most. Did you make any new friends? Mikä se kato se nimi? Mainly old friends. I hadn't been the first there. We mingled. Did she leave you alone afterwards? Mitä tossa niinku tapahtui oikein? The place had maybe 20 people in it, as us included, but she stayed away from most of the rest of us. So yeah, she did. 20 ihmistä. Joo, okay. We were the last to arrive? No. Soon after there were some others. This she let in without trouble, embracing one of them. This big guy, burly guy with a motorcycle jacket. Ah, niinpä justiinsa. Somebody you knew? Actually yes, Ray was his name. He left pretty close. I mainly knew for his love for motorcycles. I had no idea he knew the Bitch Queen. But the place was still empty? Yeah. Soon after though there was another knock. And this time the Bitch Queen tried to do the same thing she did with me. What did you do? En mä nyt tiedä niinku... Se on riski aina näissä tilanteissa just se niinku, että mä ymmärrän mitä se nainen niinku ajatteli just niinku ruokavarannot ei riitä ja niin edespäin. Mikä itse asiassa on nyt mut miettimään sille, että jos mä ryntäisin sinne pyörävarastoon, ei siellä ole mitään, siellä on vaan varasto täynnä kamaa pölyttymässä. Pyöriä, pyörärinkaita, mitä muita. Ei siellä ole mitään niinku ruokaa tai muuta. Mut sitten niinku... Pääsenkö mä sieltä pois sitten, jos on tapahtunut jotain. Ja... Niinku... Vai jäänkö mä jumiin nääntymään sinne. Vai menenkö mä ennemmin jonnekin julkisempaan niinku pommisuojaan, jos semmonen täällä on jossain. Mutta niinku, että ottaako ihmisiä sisään vai niinku mitenkä toimia silleen. protestoin varmaan. Brave to speak up. What did you say? I tried appealing to her humanity and to her common sense. What else could I do? But she wouldn't listen. She kept repeating we were a fool to the people outside. Did you just let that stand? The look she gave me told me to fuck off right then and there. So I just backed down. Kun mä en tiedä, se on niinku aina just se, niinku, että niillä voi olla lisää varusteita, jotka auttaa meitä, tai sitten niillä ei ole mitään, mikä on niinku, eihän sille voi mitään, jos kiireessä tai muussa on niinku lähtenyt, mutta niinku sille jättää niinku ihmiset vaan ulos, niin ei oikein, ei niinku. Ja sitten niinku uskaltakaa joitakin ihmisiä päästää sisään. Se on se apokalypse-skenaario, on aina se pahin ne paskat ihmiset, jotka saattaa olla vielä pahempi tää Bitch Queen. Mitä mieltä Lepra on? Mie en rehellisesti osaa sanoa, että mitä tästä tilanteessa tekisi. Oh, hups. Joo, ei. Noniin. Damn right. Then I raised my voice at her. She just turned red. What was your approach? I tried pushing my way in between, but she pushed me back. Then she called for Ray. Suddenly I found myself alone, surrounded by a whole bunch of rather unkind gentlemen. You bit off more than you could chew. You could say that. She gave me an ultimatum. Step the fuck down right now or leave. What did you do? Mikä tää niinku on tuolla niinku noita ihmisiä? Siinäpä onkin paha paikka. Lähteekö vaan pois vai jäädä tonne shelteriin mutta ihmisten kanssa? Mie en välttämättä uskaltais niinku tässä vaiheessa ainakaan jättäytyä pois tuosta. I know it's just a dream, but jeez. What you're doing was just not right. I know, but I was afraid. I didn't want to be thrown out. I understand. Still, it boils my blood. Well. Anyway, she and her friends closed the door and made sure it was kept closed. I really hope whoever was left outside actually left to find another shelter. Because when the bomb started to drop... yes. The bombs. We were all underground, down a set of stairs leading to actual bunker. It was filled with barrels and barrels of beer and other drinks, but at least there was light. For a while. So it actually happened. The nuclear war. Yes. We had a radio with us. Noni, se oli radio. Mun ei tarvinnut ottaa mukaan sitä. We were all sat clustered around it. At first there were sporadic reports that the US missile defense system was working and that it was shooting down the incoming warheads. But then the signal turned off. And a few moments later we felt the rumble. Holy shit. But you were okay. The shelter did what it was designed to do, yes. Although at one point there was a terrible sound just above, and the shelter was briefly filled with dust. I was pretty sure we were all dead. People were screaming, babies were crying, the lights flickered and died. It was the end. Holy shit. Your subconscious wasn't joking around. We subsisted on candles and flashlights and waited for the radio to come back. It did, after a while. What did it say? Just about expected fallout patterns. It sounded very recorded, but I guess there had to be someone alive up there, still clicking the buttons. But even that ended after a while. Wow. Okay, so how long did you stay down there? Well, the radio said there was a cloud of radioactive ash coming out our way within 24 hours and told everyone to stay inside until further notice. Then it died. So I guess you stayed at least 24 hours then? Of course. The problem came when we tried to leave. What? Well, the shelter was underground, underneath a big trapdoor. And the house above? It had apparently collapsed on the trapdoor. We tried to open it, pushed and pushed, but it wouldn't budge. Niin, parikymmentä minuuttia, niin. Damn, that's like a real nightmare. Buried alive. Well, we had food down there for a while, and if we started drinking the beer with our meals, we could probably stretch it out for weeks. Of course, then we'd all be kind of drunk all the time too. But what then? May there be a rescue? Maybe. But what if there wasn't? What did the others think? Ray and his queen wanted to sit tight and wait for help. A few of the others wanted to find an alternate way out, maybe through one of the ventilation shafts. The third option would be to keep working on the trapdoor. It opened out, but if we removed the hinges and got it to collapse inward, then they dug up through the debris. The radioactive debris. Anyway, people were getting very antsy, so it was time to make some kind of decision. So what did you do? Staying put for rescue seemed the best option. I was working at the trapdoor. Opening up the alternative exit seemed wisest, like a ventilation shaft. What did it matter what I wanted? I just sat back there to see what the others did. Joo, no, siinä vaiheessa kun on ollut äänessä ja ihmiset on vaan niinku käynyt päälle, niin uskaltaako siinä oikein sanoa ääneen mitään? Joo, mä olisin ehkä turpa kiinni sen alun jälkeen, kun ne meinas niinku ihmisporukalla heittää mut ulos, ellei ne toipunut niiden tahtoon. So you just gave your life to others? Hey, you weren't there. Have you ever had an argument with someone you can barely see in the dark, while it feels like the whole weight of the world rests above you? Screw that. It wasn't my place to make decisions. Alright. So, what did they decide? Everyone bitched and talked a lot, and all the various options were hashed and rehashed over and over again. Not very a lot else to do. Eventually, though, the bitch queen and her cohort won over, if nothing else, through sheer force of will. We were staying. So you were fine with that. I didn't want to make the decision. Now someone else had done it for me. Seems like waiting to die to me. Jättekö se niinku oikeesti samaan tuohon vaan? Anyway, it wouldn't be forever. Well, no, unless we're planning on dying down there. Or maybe living like moles. Mitä tuossa tapahtui? Tell me, what does it mean? Day, Wednesday, September. Okay. We wouldn't make... couldn't make do forever, of course. Eventually I had eaten all there was to eat. I had no idea what the fallout situation was outside, but hopefully better. What then? There was no help, of course. Nothing at all. They really didn't come back on either. We were also running out of batteries and candles. Soon we'd be reduced to sitting in the dark drinking beer. Jesus. I guess the beach queen must have agreed something needed to be done. Actually, no. She was... I think something broke in her when there was no help. She couldn't act anymore. Ray actually came over to me and asked me to help, but there was nothing I could do. She had started drinking already, adamantly refusing to think anything but that there would be help sooner or later. What did you do? I said gather who I could do and start working on the trapdoor. I tried ventilation shaft. Joo. Jos ruoka on loppunut, niin siinä vaiheessa ei oikein auta muuta kuin alkaa toimintaan. Ei niinku... Hyi. En todellakaan aio niinku kuolla nälkäyskin hitoon maan alla. Ventilation shaft vai trapdoor? Se on vaan paskatilanne siinä vaiheessa, jos se ventilation shafti menee hajalle, niin... Sitten me ollaan kuseessa siellä maan alla. Ehkä tätä on turvallisempi sitten niinku työstää. Vaikea, mutta turvallisempi. The trapdoor, huh? Seems like the safest idea. What did the bitch queen think? She was set on staying inside. She wouldn't lift a hand to help. I'm pretty sure that even if we managed to open the door to outside, she'd still stay. Did you open a door? We managed to break open the trapdoor so that it opened inwards. This only took a few hours. The guy who had been helping with the door were both hit by the rubble. The guys, I think one got his leg half crushed and the other got a really nasty blow to his head that gave him a concussion. Ah, fuck. Oh, damn. But aside from that, he must have felt pretty great, right? Not really. For a brief moment there was a flash of daylight from the outside, but it was just a flash. Like someone offering you hope just to snatch it away immediately. But at least we were reminded that the sun still existed. So how much work was there? A lot. Really a lot. I wasn't alone, at least, but it looked pretty bleak. So, did you go at it? Well, it's got quite a lot of dust. We were there working on the rocks, so we needed to consider whether or not we could do it in any proper time. So what did you do? Start digging, we just try the ventilation shaft instead. Ei siinä auta kuin kaivaa. So we started digging. Oh fuck. It took maybe 2 days, but at the end of it there was light. Okay, and then I wish I could say, and then we went happily into the sunlight, but I can't. What? Why not? I think it was the dust. We all breathed it in when we worked. Radioactive. Really radioactive. We all started feeling it during the dig, but I guess we just kept going out of inertia. By the end. But you were so close! Come on, someone must have helped you. Carried you? I was too weak. I don't keep food or water down, or even stand up anymore. Stand up. Not everyone was the same. I guess the radiation affects everyone differently, but I couldn't handle it. They didn't help. I killed all my friends with that dig. Anyone who helped me died, either there and then or later. I was just happy someone took the time to place a pillow under my head before they left. I only wish they would have at least dragged me up as well, but I could see the sun from where they left me. That was nice. So, that was it. Yeah. I blacked out soon after and didn't wake up. I mean, before I did. And thus concluded my dream. Well, that was interesting. What do you think? I think it felt incomplete, like there was something missing. That wasn't the way it was supposed to end, you know? Dreams are supposed to end in certain ways. This one was, I think. It felt like I was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening closely enough. Maybe you could try again next ride? See if you hear the same recording. Speaking of, what frequency was this on? That's That's the weird part. When I tried to see, I realized that I hit the right channel, and it was in fact reading Alice in Wonderland. And this isn't exactly some obscure number station frequency on the AM bands. Well, maybe we'll dream it next time again, anyway. That's the good thing with dreams. You can always dream them again. And maybe do something different the second time around. Silleen subtle, play again, play again. Ehkä saat paremman endingin. Joo. Se oli sellainen. First death. Better prepared. Joo, se oli semmonen.